Hey, what is up, viewers? It is Patrick from Bible Verses Only, back with another YouTube video. As this is episode 7 of Life Struggles Week of Powers and today's verse comes out of John 11, verses 25 to 26. And Jesus is talking to Martha in this verse. Here's what it says. Jesus said to her, which is Martha. Jesus is talking to Martha. Here's what it says. I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live, even though they die. And whoever lives by believing in me will never die. Do you believe this? Now, John 10:27 says, here's what the verse says, and it reads, my sheep listen to my voice. I know them, and they follow me. And that's what the verse means. So this morning, we're going to talk about listening. Now, I know it's important to listen in class, but we're really going to focus on, listening to God and stuff. And let's get into it. Listening is a very important concept in the Bible. We are commanded to listen to God's instructions. The Bible also teaches us to love others, and listening to them is a way that we communicate love. I know it's hard to talk to God because His voice is like super soft. Let me try and think. I know there's an animal that actually is a sloth. Yeah, a sloth. Basically, God's voice is sort of I don't think it's like a sleepy sloth. I don't know if there's an animal that actually that's very has a very soft voice, but basically it's like God's whispering, all the way whispering and stuff. And the only way we can talk to God is by prayer. And just a few quotes. Just want to read you these quickly. Taking the time to truly listen to someone can really, truly communicate our love and respect, even more than outspoken words. This is another good quote. If a person feels the need to tell you the same story countless times, there's a reason. It's either important to their heart or they feel it is important for you to know. Be kind, be attentive, be patient, and perhaps you will be the one God uses to help them move past when they are stuck. Lead by listening. To be a good leader, you have to be a good listener. Here's another good quote. Listen and silent are spelled with the same letters. Think about it. This is another good one. God speaks to those who take time to listen, and He listens to those who take time to pray. And speaking of, by the way, in Bible study, we are talking about practicing the presence. You guys probably already know that. Speaking of that, here's a quote from Frank Loudback, the author of the book Letters by a Modern Mystic. Here's what he says. He says, prayer at its highest is a two-way conversation, and for me the most important part is listening to God's replies. Now, the importance of listening, like I said, as I told you at the top of this video, that listening is important. I know schools listening in school is important, but it's also important. It doesn't matter whether you're in school or wherever you are. It's important to listen. Repeatedly in Scripture, we see commands to listen. Far too often we get preoccupied with our lives and our stressors, and we fail to see what God is trying to teach us. Here are a few examples of times that people were commanded to stop and listen in the Bible. Proverbs 1:5 says, a wise man will hear and increase in learning, and a man of understanding will acquire wise counsel. Matthew 17:5 says, but even as he spoke, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and a voice from the cloud said, this is my dearly loved son, who brings me joy. Listen to him. Acts 13:6 says, then Paul stood up and motioned with his hand, said, men of Israel, and you who fear God, listen. Luke 10:16 says, whoever listens to you listens to me. Whoever rejects you rejects me. But whoever rejects me rejects him who sent me. Listening is also an act of love. And that's one of the things we're going to look at tomorrow. Listening is an act of love. And that's what I want to leave you with today. So a verse I just want to leave you with for today. Give me a moment. What I want to leave you with today comes from Isaiah 41:10, and it says, so do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. And that's going to do it for today's video. Thanks for watching. And until next time you meet again, viewers, in every way, God's way is always the best way.